Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome to TCR. I'm still trying to adjust my camera. I don't know why for some reason it seems like it's sorry, excuse my adjustments here. Like it's just I don't know if it's my screen. Everything's all crazy. I'm not having good luck with electronics today. I can tell you that. I was driving my truck and it started doing like a reset, and so my whole screen went dark on the truck, and then the radio wouldn't turn off when I parked the car and got out. So it's like the Mayan apocalypse all over again. I don't know. So, but hello, welcome. It's Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. It's been a week, guys. Let me tell you, it's been a week. And I know I say that every week, but it's been a challenging few weeks, to say the least. But I've got some exciting stuff that's going on that I cannot wait to tell you guys about, but I cannot tell you about it yet. But just know, I know I've teased it a little bit, but I've got kind of a big game changer announcement coming. So I can't wait to like really get into it and talk to you guys about it. Sorry, there's a big plane going over right now and it's super loud because I have the doors all open right now. Yay, the Vineyard Farmhouse. He's doing good. He started his first live last Wednesday. Yay. If you guys haven't gone and checked out, wait for this plane to pass. Holy moly. I do have like everything open right now, so it sounds like it's in the living room with me, but I promise you the plane is not in the living room. But it's a weird day. Like yesterday was like, I don't know, 90 something degrees the last couple of days, and then today it's like May gray. It's overcast. Do they have that in other places? Is it just like a California, San Diego thing? I don't know. We have June gloom and May gray, where it's like randomly overcast and cold. I don't know if it's a thing anywhere else or if that's like a SoCal thing. But so today was one of those days where it's like heavily misted, and it's a little chilly, but like it's a good chilly, like it feels good. So it's nice to kind of have everything open and like just kind of let the fresh air in without like the flies coming in, So I have like everything all opened up. Oh, it's muggy here in the mid 80s. Oh no, Doug. No, it's nice here right now. Like it's not muggy. We don't get a lot of humidity out here though, like y'all do. But yeah, it's we get. They call it the May gray, June gloom. It's the marine layer that comes in off the water. So we don't get it as often out here because we're a lot further away from the water. But when I grew up by the coast, so every morning until about noon, every day, my entire life growing up, the entire month of May and the entire month of June is like foggy looking outside, but not muggy, just like, so yeah. Oh, you're surrounded by water on three sides. Right on. Hello, Alex. Hello, Doug the guitarist, the other Doug. Hello, Troy. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with everything. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, so Mike was a little under the weather this week, unfortunately. So he ended up working from home, and he went in today. So he went in. He didn't go in as early as he planned to, but I think he's probably gonna, on a Friday, he's probably gonna stay a little later. Play catch up and whatnot. So I'm in Southern California. Kind of, if I like, I'm in like the San Diego area, but I'm up in the mountains closer to like, I'm closer to Julian than I am like downtown San Diego. And for those of you that know the area, Julian's like famous for like their apple pies. Like there's been a few Hallmark movies they've set there, I think, like made for TV movies that they've done in Julian with the apple pies and the apple picking. It's like a big thing up here, and they have like an old gold mine up there and stuff. It's a cute little town, and it snows there, and it's just like 10-15 minutes from here, to get to the base of it. So it's not too bad. Oh, that's right. We were talking about that, how you lived in California for a while before you ended up in New York. That's right. That's right. That's right. 22 degrees Celsius. Don't make me do conversion math, Alex. You know I can't do that. Good grief. Clifford says it's 95. And you're working with your bees. My goodness. I'm sorry. I got to see, you can tell I've got bug bites everywhere right now. I've got them here. It's that time of year. I've got a couple right here on my shoulder. I just, and I keep finding them. You'll see me just randomly scratching myself because it's not scabies, I promise. But it's not even, there's a few mosquitoes. There's always a few mosquitoes and they love me. But I get there's these little gnats that everybody says doesn't bite anybody. They bite me. When I see them swarming, I end up getting bites. And everybody's like, "You're crazy." Mike's always telling me I'm nuts. And I'm like, but then I get bites. I literally, if I go out in the yard in the evening, if he's watering to talk to him and I can see the little gnats swarming, I get eaten alive. And I'm real bad because I don't, and he yells at me. He's like, during May, why don't you spray yourself down with the bug spray? And I'm like, because I don't think about it. Because it's only 1 month out of the year. So it doesn't occur to me to do it. I just put up with it for a few weeks and I get a bunch of bug bites and I try to remember not to scratch them, but this one's a doozy, bro. That one's a doozy. That's a lot. So this week, so the kids are 10 weeks old now. Well, no, now they're 11 weeks. My bad. Now they're 11 weeks. Because it's been a week. So, in fact, the video that's coming out Sunday this week, I'm going to be talking about giving them their CD&T shot, and in preparation for turning my buckling into a wether. So, poor little guy. So that is going to happen this weekend. He's going to get them. So, it's all good. I know everybody always thinks we're in Northern California because there is, I don't know, I guess people just assume that there's more farming up there and more, like they think Southern California, they think Bay Area, they think LA. But it's really such a small area compared to like the rest of it being more, I don't want to say normal, but the people around shooting are getting bit by ticks to death. Oh, yeah. I don't like, ticks freak me out. I'm not gonna lie. Ticks freak me out. Um, they do. They give me the heebie-jeebies pretty bad. I'm not a fan of them. So you sold your goat a couple weeks ago, Doug from Pole Barn Productions, and the kid went with Mama. Yeah, I was trying to sell mine as a package. I had a couple people that were interested off the bat, but then they were like, well, I'll have to see if I have enough money. And I'm like, well, if you don't know, then you don't know. Like, how are you going to feed them if you can't, you know? So I don't know. Hello. Let's see. Sorry, trying to keep up with some of these comments. A little tricky sometimes. Hello, old Chicago. Hello, Jack from North Carolina. What's going on? What's going on? Hello, Anzung. Really? You sold them all? They went out as soon as the ad posted. That's crazy. Yeah, it's definitely the market. Like I said, for any of you that watch Wednesday's video, the market's definitely shifted out here for some stuff, and it's been a little bit challenging to um, even just sell meat for what it's costing us to raise. So it's making it tricky right now, and I'm hoping that I'm coming up with some new things, and I'm hoping that I can kind of revamp my business plan a little bit when it comes to the farm and kind of figure out a different angle of attack, because right now it's just like nothing. So it's definitely tricky. I'm gonna have to see. But kind of just had to downsize a little bit so that we can kind of take a step back and figure out what we want to do. So our freezers are full right now. There's I don't even have room to process the goats and the sheep right now. So I mean, I can always make room, and I can always jar meat too. But I was hoping to sell them. I don't know. That was my plan. We'll see. We'll see. So, hello, Mystic. I'm well, thank you. How are you? The husband and the kid. The husband and the kid are doing well. Mike was a little under the weather this week, but he's fine pretty much now. He was a little congested. Um, I can tell you that because he was snoring more than usual when his dude. I have to tell you, if you have somebody that you live with in close proximity that is a loud snorer like my Michael, um, I found this thing on the tickety talk that I kept coming up in my feed. I don't know if they knew I had been complaining to my husband about him snoring and Big Brother was listening. I don't know. So I went on Amazon because I don't buy anything off those links that look shady. And I like looked at it, read all the reviews, and people were like swearing by this thing. It looks like a little nose ring, right? And I think it's just called Snore Stopper or something. I don't even something generic like that. And it's two magnets that they goes like right inside your septum and just little plastic piece that hangs down like a little bull ring, right? He wears that thing and he doesn't snore, but he's a very thrashy sleeper. So sometimes he knocks it out, and usually it's around 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'll be like, oh, he ripped it out. So this morning, actually, when he did at like 3 in the morning, I just got up and edited a video because I was like, well, there's no sleeping for my last hour. I'll just get up and work on a video. So that's what I did. So sometimes I'm like, thanks for snoring because I got stuff done. And other times I'm like, ah. But anyway, those little things, I was very skeptical because I was like, this isn't gonna work. Some random little kitschy thing that I got off of Amazon is not gonna solve this problem. But I tell you what, the only time it doesn't work is when he thrashes and knocks it out. And sometimes he wakes himself up when he does it, so he finds it and puts it back in. And it comes like for like $20, you get like 6 or 8 of them or something. So if you lose 1 or 2 over time, like it's not a big deal. Um, Super loud, but this little thing works. And he said it's like not like it's not uncomfortable, like it's no big deal. And he just sticks it in, and then I can sleep. Because for a while it was getting so bad that he was like, and he knew he was snoring really bad that he was sleeping on the couch a lot, just so that every few nights like I could get sleep. Because then what would happen is like halfway through the night, he'd start snoring. It would wake me up. I would try to fall back to sleep, couldn't. I would get up and end up sleeping on the couch, but then it would take me forever to fall back to sleep. And so it was like my sleep was getting more broken up than his. So with this thing though, it doesn't matter because he usually comes to bed a lot later than I do anyway. Um, and so he can, as long as he's not like, coming in banging pots and pans, and he just goes to bed, it's good. So anyway, look that thing up. It's like it works because he has not been waking me up snoring, and that's like a godsend, a complete godsend. Oh, a litter of puppies. I love it. Oh my goodness, Jack. Well, I hope everything's okay. Had an MRI done today, waiting on stuff. Ooh, that's a little nerve-wracking. Hopefully it's nothing major. Hello from Arizona, R. Rax, Rax. I don't even know how to pronounce the 3. Is the 3 silent in that first? I don't know. Mystic says he needs to live off grid, like in the mountains and valleys or something. Yeah, I have no desire to live off grid. I just don't. I love nature. I love being outside. I love birds. Y'all know I love birds. But I love a good plug-in. I love running water. I love to be able to flip a switch and have a light come on. I need to appreciate those things. I like to flush a toilet. I don't need to be off grid. I don't need it. For those that love it and love not being on the grid and whatever, I'm like, that's cool for them. I applaud you. It is not for me. I have reached the age where that is not a life goal. It is just not on my bucket list to live off grid. Nope, very much tied to the grid. Very much love the grid. I will be happily residing on the grid. So yeah, but see, I think here's my thing. Like, and I'm not trying to badmouth anybody by any means here, but there are a lot of people that do a lot of like off grid stuff where they are off grid. Um, and that's cool. They love it, they enjoy it, but that's right. Alex says you have to be a real dirt pig to live off grid, especially as you age. I don't know about that, but you do have to have a certain amount of like, okay, like fortitude for it. And I can admire that and appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. It's just not me. And I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses, but I also know how to, between Mike and Mike has some stronger skills in certain areas than I do. Like he's a better gardener. I don't garden, but I'm better at raising the animals. Like there's certain things that, and we both do different parts of the butchering and the processing and the breaking down, depending on the animal and whatever. Um, he's better at canning and jarring, but I could do it, no problem. Those are all things that I think are important skills that work no matter whether you are on or off the grid. Um, he's very good at building. He's taught Frankie a lot about it. I've learned a lot with all the construction and building that we've done around here over the years, but it's not my jam. I do it when I need to, but it's not my jam. But yeah, the whole off grid thing just isn't for me. And I recognize that. I can appreciate somebody else that is wanting to do that and making that their goal and whatever. I have no problem like, building your house while you live in it or whatever. I get it. Um, but and I guess and also some people's definition of off grid is very different than other people's versions of off grid. you know some people's versions of off grid is they still have hookups to power and water and electricity and internet, but they're just they're building their house as they go, so it seems like they're off grid, like it just, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Like I guess everybody has their own versions of it, and I don't think we all have to be like Grizzly Adams off living in the woods with you know the bees and the trees. So not that nature's not good, but oh, let's see, what's that? Oh, you have R3 over here says, but we have solar power and water and we'll have septic soon. But we compost for now and it isn't as scary as I thought it would be. And we have a warm shower, so all is good in our hood. I love that. A warm shower is good. Sometimes you need a warm shower. Like, I like my creature comforts. I'm not gonna lie. I am like, and I've said it before, and I'm sure I will say it till my dying day. I am a weird mix between like, let's just get in there and get it done, and like hard worker, don't mind getting my hands dirty, but I'm also kind of a girly girl. But and it's always funny because I was actually joking about it with one of my friends, because his wife and I are best friends. And we were all hanging out, and I said something about like, yeah, everybody thinks I'm the high maintenance one, but it's really Jen. Like, she's the high maintenance one. And we were joking about it because it's like I'm like everybody just assumes that I am because I am kind of girly. But and not that she's like prissy. I don't mean to say that at all, but she's definitely, she knows, she'll tell you she's very high maintenance. She will turn around and leave a hotel if it doesn't meet her standards. Like she, love her to death, but that's definitely her criteria is a lot higher than mine. Like, I was teasing her because when I went to the Oklahoma meetup in Pryor last year, I got the cheapest hotel. It was like $50 a day. I was literally right across from the railroad tracks, and I could hear the people in the room next door. I could hear his phone vibrating on the desk. That's how thin those walls were. I could hear him getting phone calls and text messages. So I'm like, she would have turned around and walked out, and I was like, it's not that bad. It was only $50. I'm like, I can rough it. One of the light switches was all weird. I couldn't figure out how to turn the bathroom light on because it had a timer thing on it. It was like old school. And I couldn't get it to work right. I had to take it apart and like fix the dial, and then I got it to work. So, but hey, it was great. I had a good time. This sounds weird, but does American coffee taste like I would love to try some? I guess it depends on what coffee. What brands there, Mystic? Uh, Exactly, Jen. We're laughing with you, not at you. She's not in here tonight. I know she's busy for a fact tonight, so she's not watching my live. So I can speak freely. Sometimes I know because I know her schedule. I know what she's doing, but I know she was busy tonight. So 'cause it's her eldest daughter's prom. So she had to hurry up and get her ready. And then she had to pick up her younger daughter and take her to get stuff ready for cheer. So there was just all kinds of stuff going on. But yeah. And then there's just, I guess I don't know. I actually been getting I like Black Rifle coffee. Um, that's pretty dang good coffee. I drink my coffee black. Um, so I guess maybe I'm not picky about it though. Like there's some coffee like that like I call it like diner coffee, like roadside coffee where it's you stopped there to pee and grab a cup of coffee for the rest of the night and it's literally tastes like that burned coffee that you had at the bar at 2:30 in the morning from the pot that the opening person had put on that has just sit there and burned all day. That coffee, yeah, that stuff's not good. That's swill. Like you don't want to drink that. But if you like get a decent coffee and you use a French press or one of those fancy, the drip thing is a little too fancy for me. I don't. I do a French press. That's as fancy as I get. Which is also as low tech as you could possibly be. I feel like it's literally like pour it in, squish it down, like it's not rocket science. But I make the coffee every morning. And sometimes Mike yells at me because if I'm really tired in the morning, particularly on nights that he maybe ripped his snoring thing out, um, like the other day, he's like, "You only left me half a cup of coffee," and I was like, "What? No way!" So I am hardcore because I drink it that way. I know. Well, you know why? It's because I'll tell you why in a minute. But so he was like, "How'd you only get like half a cup of coffee for me?" And I was like, "Well, I didn't do it on purpose to be half a cup, but sometimes when I'm pouring it and it's I can't turn lights on. I can't turn lights on in the morning first thing. When it's dark outside, I cannot turn lights on in the house. So it's like my thing. I walk around in the dark, and Mike is like, I don't know how you haven't killed yourself just walking around in the dark because you can't see either. So I'm like bumping into, but I know I'm like a bat. Like I just know where my path is, and so don't move things because I will fall and die. But so I don't turn lights on, so I couldn't really see. I guess this day my spidey senses were off, and I didn't pour enough water into the French press combined with the fact that apparently I poured myself like this much more coffee than I normally do because I zoned out for a second and then I went, oh crap. And so he ended up with half a cup of coffee out of that whole thing. So he had to make more coffee. But then he complained because he's like, my coffee doesn't taste as good as yours. And I'm like, I don't understand why. Because it's the same coffee in the same French press. You literally can't screw it up. I don't know if I make mine either stronger than his or not as strong as when he tries to make it. Because sometimes he'll be like, babe, like on the weekends, he'll be like, can you make me another pot of coffee? I'll be like, yeah. But he'll sometimes, I used to say, why you keep asking me to do it? You're literally standing in the kitchen, like you're not doing anything. And I'd be in the middle of doing something. He's like, yours tastes better. I was thinking, is it actually that my coffee tastes better, or is it just tastes better because somebody else made it for you? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's like when your kid wants you to like make them something that they're perfectly capable of making, but it just tastes better when mom does it. I feel like it might be that syndrome. But that's okay. It takes literally like no time to make and no effort to make coffee. So I'm cool with that if it makes him happy. So, oh, you make a coffee through your drip cone filter even when you're camping? That is bougie. That is bougie. I'll use whatever, like we used to stay at this one place that had like a old school like percolator. It was like that old school like tin one, like from like the 60s. We used to make it with that. Like kind that you still get like the chunks of coffee grounds in your mouth. And I don't really enjoy that, but it works. It gets the job done. So there are a lot of places with really bitter coffee. Um, yeah, like I don't want to call anybody out, bar stucks, but their coffee is kind of bitter if you drink just black coffee. Although I will say that some of their seasonal coffees I quite enjoy. They have a so what's it called? The something something praline that's really good. during around Thanksgiving. And then they have another one that's the creme brulee one that's good. The pumpkin spice latte, not a fan. Yeah, not my jam. But there's actually a coffee shop up here that's just a small privately owned coffee shop that actually recently changed owners, but Nora taught the new gal, whose name I can't remember right now, how to do all the stuff, and it's phenomenal. And I've been there only once since the new gal bought it. I want to say it's like Shannon, something with an SH. I feel like. I think it's not Shannon. It's not Sherry. Shalali. I don't know. I can't remember her name. Is kind of an unusual name. It was like Sherilyn or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there what her name is. The point is she makes very good coffee and pastries and breakfasty stuff and all that good stuff. So when I really am craving like a nice cup of coffee, I'll splurge and go get like a cup of like a latte, something crazy there when I want like a treat coffee. Like if I'm meeting a girlfriend for coffee in the afternoon or something like that, we'll go there and get like some foo-foo cup of coffee. And I do quite enjoy that. But I do drink my coffee black in the morning because I fast. So I don't usually drink or eat anything until the evening, unless I'm like on vacation or like sick or something. That I typically just fast until the evening, and I'll do like a shot of apple cider vinegar once or twice throughout the day. But then I just drink my coffee black. So that's my thing. M&M coffee creamer at the gas station where I get my coffee. Oh, Doug, that sounds sinful. Percolators makes the best coffee. It's not bad. Some of the ones get the grounds in it a little bit. I did have one that was like an electric percolator. And I forget why we bought it. I think because we were having a party, like a Christmas party or something, and we wanted to have like a bunch of coffee so we could make like Baileys and coffee and have like a big thing of coffee going and keep it warm. Bless me. Sorry guys, I felt it coming too, and there was nothing I could do. So yeah, chocolate coffee. I mean, there's definitely, don't get me wrong, I do love a good like dessert coffee creamer. Thank you, Mystic. Those ones tights, I know. Yeah, I could feel it. Woo. You drink coffee all day long and don't, but I can sometimes. It tastes different and I make it the same every time. I'm going to try Black Rock. Talk about, you say it's good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the Black Rifle coffee is pretty good. I actually, a lot of times will get the Amazon coffee, like their brand. It's actually not bad. I can't speak to if it's, fair trade or any of the other stuff you're supposed to look for. I don't know. But we have done that quite a few times and it's not bad. Just gonna say it's not bad. And then the trick, if you do have bitter coffee, I'm gonna teach you a hack right now. If you let's say you're at a diner or a restaurant or whatever, and the coffee is a little bit bitter and you want to drink it black and you don't want to add sugar, if you take a little bit of salt, preferably like not iodized salt, like a pink salt or like a Himalayan salt or like a natural salt or something like, and just a pinch of it in there, it takes the bitterness out like magic. So that's a tip from me to you. Yeah, Gesundheit. I like it, Theo. Something like that. Who knows? It's hard to know how to spell all that. I wouldn't know how to spell it, but I don't sprechen the Deutsch. Sorry, that was, I don't know what's going on. My mother-in-law is messaging my sister-in-law, and there's a group thing. Yeah, salt and cup, but just a pinch. Like, don't put like Frankie's making fun of me. So I'm over here talking with my hands. But you don't put a lot in there. You just put like a little pinch, and don't use like iodized like table salt. You want to use like the like Himalayan pink salts, or you could probably even do like the pickling salt or whatever, as long as it's not like the iodized salt. Because I forget what the reason is that doesn't help or makes it worse. But just the regular, it's the iodine. Duh. I don't know. So I don't know what the science is behind it. I just know that if you put a little pinch of salt in your coffee, if it's bitter, it calms it down and it makes it not so bitter. If you go too, I mean, don't do too much. Like literally, like just a little bit. Because if you do too much, it's salty coffee, and then you're up a creek. Then you got to pour it out and get a new one. So you know. Oh Lord, now I can't with all of it. No sprechen Sie Deutsch. I don't sprechen anything but how to order another beer in Spanish, just about. So, you know, that's how I get in trouble when I go to Mexico. The one time I went. So, yes, Big Steve, happy Friday. You know what? I'm looking forward to this weekend. Which I haven't even told Mike yet. I told him, but it was a while ago that I told him, and I kept forgetting to re-mention it to him because there was so much going on. But I'm going to a crawfish boil tomorrow with my girlfriend Jen, the high maintenance one. She's taking me along with her, and then her other friend Morgan is in town, and she's coming with us too, which is cool because Morgan and I believe we've FaceTimed, but we've never officially met each other. So it's gonna be like we'll finally get to meet each other after Jen talking about her to me and me to her. We finally get to see what's what. So I'm excited about that. So that's like an all day go eat crawfish and hang out thing. And then so I'm gonna film it. I may not make a video out of it. I'm gonna see the vibe. I might film some of it and use it and make a video, or I might not, because it might not be like the right vibe. I don't know. I've never been to this event before. She's gone like for the last several years. It's this big event down at the waterfront, which that's another thing. Is like I haven't even been down to the ocean since the last time I did a fun run, which was a couple of years ago, which was, you know, BC, before COVID. So, you know, you ate some keto brownies, you'll never do it again. Yeah, crawdads, crawfish, whatever you want to call them, mud bugs. Yeah, big old boil. I forget what it's called, like the tiger tent or something is what we're supposed to be in. It's like the bougie tent. I don't know. So we're supposed to go and do that. So tomorrow, and I have to be at her house at like, I'm like, dang, I gotta get my chores done early because I gotta be down. I gotta be like chores done and showered and go time, because I have to be at her place. She wants to leave there at 9:30. I need to double check with Will. I think I'm supposed to bring him my rooster that he wants to breed, because he's got a bunch of barred rocks, and he was like eyeing my barred rock rooster, and I was like, dude, you can have her, but he keeps forgetting to grab her every time he comes up. So I'm like, I need to double check, make sure he still wants him, because I'll throw him in a carrier and bring him down. But so I need to plan on getting there at like 9, which means I need to leave here at like 8:30, which means I need to have everybody done and fed and cleaned and mucked, and myself all done too. So, you know, the cougar tent, not the tiger tent. Ah, ego. Dang it. Come on. What's up, David? What's cracking lacking? Oh my goodness, Big Steve. Yeah, you know, some of that stuff, when they start adding all the, like, he's saying he's eating those keto brownies, um, you know, it's like when you start eating the stuff that's labeled as healthy, it's got a lot more chemicals in it all of a sudden, and your body goes, ew, no. So you got to really be careful. Like, it's not just looking at what they're advertising to you. It's really looking at as close to fresh as you can do is always your best bet, you know? So, and so how are we supposed to pronounce this? I have not seen. I'm assuming you know who this person is, David. This R3KT rah rocks. I'm trying to figure out, like, this is the first I'm seeing hearing it. I'm assuming they're another YouTuber. Maybe not. I could be wrong. And I don't know how to pronounce the 3. Is the 3 silent? Oh, wrecked. There we go. Okay. Thank you. That makes sense. I don't speak license plate, I guess, because that's like, I'm always bad at those. So, yeah. All right. Your old gaming channel. Okay. Gotcha. I see. I see. Right on. What's going on there, David? I know you've been working crazy. I need to catch up on some people's videos. I'm ashamed to say I'm a tad bit behind on well, pretty much everybody's videos. I don't think I've watched anybody's videos with the exception of I watched a little bit of Mel and Gary Simple Life. I watched part of one of their videos that was newer, and then I got interrupted and I never got back to it. And so, yeah, I'm like, and I'm like, I haven't watched Ridge Life. I did watch a little bit of the Crockers, one of the Crocker channels. I can't keep them all straight. It was the one, I think it was Coffee with the Crockers. I think it was Coffee with the Crockers. I think that was the most recent one I watched. And then I watched one of Jared's not that long ago. But I haven't watched Ridge. I haven't hopped onto. I keep putting the reminder on my phone to hop into MT Homestead Live. I missed theirs again. I think it was yesterday or the day before. My days are blending together too. I'm like, but yeah, I'm so behind. Like I usually try to pop into like at least a couple people's lives every week, and I've been sucking at that game. So I know you too. I haven't. Well, you haven't. Well, unless I'm not getting the notifications again, you haven't been going live. Or am I just not getting the notifications again? Do I need to go check my settings again? Because I was getting them because I was hopping in your lives when I would see them, but I haven't seen them. So maybe you're just not going live. I know. Good grief. Oh, your off-grid channel isn't made yet. You're working on the website now. Back to good off-grid homestead. All right. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. You do go live every Wednesday. See, I have not been getting the notifications because I used to get them, and I know that I am subscribed and notified. See, I swear, sometimes YouTube is cranky. Yeah, so you guys got to make sure you go check out when David goes live up there in the Arkansas mountains and stuff in his little cabin. You got to go see him on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central, which is you're 2 hours ahead of me. Yeah, you're 2 hours ahead of me, so it's like 5 o'clock my time. That's the other problem too, is sometimes like when you guys are doing your lives, I'm not ready to like sit down and watch it, So I'm like, I can't right now. Like Mike just got home and he's trying to talk to me, and the kids, yammering at me, and I gotta make dinner, so it gets tricky. Definitely gets tricky. But I'm glad you came in to see me today, David. Thank you. Appreciate you. Come on. I know I gotta make a better effort to like try to hop into more lives because I miss everybody. I just been so dang busy and like stupid busy too, like annoying busy. But when I make the big tell you guys what's going on thing, then you'll be like, okay, we get it. I just can't do it yet. Oh, a voice chat feature or a voice to text feature. It'd be nice if it had a voice to text feature, although maybe it does on your phone. If you do it from your phone and then you hit the voice to text, but if you were all trying to talk at once, that would be tricky. It would be nice though if I didn't have to read everything, So it's only 2:09 where you live, Theo. I know, right? Oh, see, it's better to chat more. It's better to chat more because it's like I do that too sometimes. I'll pop into somebody's live because for a while there, Tim's lives on Thursday, I was making them like almost every week because it timed out right when I was home making dinner and I could prop the phone up and watch him as I fling my ring across the room. Apparently it's cold in here because my rings are loose. Um, so um, I would have his phone propped up and I would like let him know like, hey Tim, hey everybody, blah blah blah. Making dinner can't really, I'm here, but I'm not participating basically, just and I was listening to everything. And then occasionally like it would take me twice as long to make dinner because of course I'd end up making a comment or, saying something stupid back. But you know, because I do like hopping in the lives and seeing everybody. Because especially now that I've like met so many people in the YouTube community through the meetup and through Shoot Dang Fest and all of that, it's been so nice to kind of build those relationships and stuff. But it's hard too because you're just like a floating island out here in California. It's really hard sometimes to be like, oh, and the lives are at a different time, so it's just a little bit of a struggle bus. I think when you got a youngin and a husband that come home and they want your attention. I'm like, I can't sit down and watch a live right now. Like I have to do the parent wife thing, you know. So it is what it is. Oh, thank you. I'm not gonna say this wrong. Kissio haven't seen my videos for a long time, so they're gonna catch up. Well, thank you from Poland. I appreciate you. Yeah, it happens. It happens. So I don't know. But speaking of which, since Mike's not home yet, I better make the man's vittles. I'm actually don't tell him, but I'm actually gonna make some tofu and cabbage and a stir fry. He's gonna not. Sometimes he likes it. I'll make it a little crispy. I'll fry it in the. I got this chili avocado oil. It's actually pretty tasty. I'm gonna slice it real thin. I'm gonna fry it in that little crispy tofu, the real firm stuff. It's gonna be good. Oh, the best laying hens? Gosh, it's a hard one because if you're just saying best laying hens in terms of maximum amount of eggs, or if you're also taking into, you got to look at your area. You got to look at overall climate for your area. Are they heat tolerant? Are they cold tolerant? Do you care if they're like very friendly? Do you care like their temperament, like all of that stuff? But I would say it's hard. I like a good dual purpose bird myself. So I really do like Orpingtons, Delawares. I just learned about a breed called a death layer, which I don't know how many eggs a year they lay, but they apparently lay consistently until the day they drop dead. And they are beautiful looking. They're crazy looking. Look up death layer. Really cool. I have no idea. Brahma chicks are good. There's a lot of good. There's the a lot of people like the Jersey Giants. A lot of people like the you know, Barred Rocks are good solid egg layers. Rhode Island Reds are good solid egg layers. They can be kind of dicks sometimes, though. They have kind of a wonky temperament occasionally. I've had some that are really sweet and some that are just jerks with Reds. It's sort of a crapshoot, I feel like, with them. Um, but yeah, there's lots of breeds that are, good layers. But I do like a good dual purpose that if I need to raise it for meat as well as eggs, Delawares, would probably be top of my list is one of the Delawares. But Orpingtons are probably right below it if you're looking at like a dual purpose, I would say. You know, I know a lot of people like the Brahma. Um, how to get one? I don't know what you mean by how to get it. I guess a hatchery or a local. I mean, there's always somebody locally breeding the bird you're looking for. You just have to know where to look. And social media is great for that because there's probably like a Brahma chicken group in your area, and you can find them and find the breeders and go from there, so well, thank you guys for hanging out with me on this fabulous if not slightly chilly Friday evening. I am going to go. I'm going to go get dinner ready and gonna go to that crawfish boil tomorrow with my girlfriend, and gonna have a busy weekend of weathering a goat and whatever else I end up doing on Sunday. Hopefully, maybe a little bit pool time if it's not too overcast on Sunday. We'll see. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I appreciate you guys. Doug from Pole Barn Productions. Rex, it was nice to meet you. I appreciate you stopping by and chatting with us today. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Mystic. And of course, David from Come On. Thank you. I appreciate you. You guys make sure you go check out Come On Homesteading's channel. He's a cool dude. He helped us out with a little problem the other day too, so I appreciate that. And I realized after Mike called you that it was also very late at night your time, and we didn't realize that. So apologies. So yes, I was there in the flesh. Yep. So thank you. Come on. Come on with the come on. All right. Thanks, guys, and have a great weekend. Remember, we post new videos every Sunday and every Wednesday and every Friday I go live. So we will see you on the next one. Bye, guys. There's my peacock just because.